Here we are at the beginning base. When we first started the game, this is what I built to
I tried to mix medicinal herbs with pineapple juice.
have our crafting stations over here. You know, we can make our weapons over here and some armor. And then here we have our tanning racks and our spinning wheels, our workbench for making various stuff. This is a disassembly table to get rid of stuff we don't want and turn it into raw materials. This is the warehouse. And all these boxes here is all raw materials. And in this section of the warehouse is finished goods. Over here we have our charcoal kilns. Make the charcoal for the smelting furnaces. Few boxes. These cannot be put indoors. And while it appears that we're indoors, what I did is I put a gap in the roof up there for the smoke to go out. Same thing over here. There's a gap up there. More crafting stuff. The alchemy table, jewelry table, enchanting table, and our millstones. Then these are vendors, animal products, food, and natural resources. And over here we have our first house. With a few decorative elements. Over here is the guest bedrooms. I guess he's going to go take a nap. That's a NPC that we hire to help around the place. There we have the obligatory cat picture. This dining hall. The kitchen. And now here we have a outdoor deck. And our swimming pool. Over here is the docks with the shipwright's workshop and our wharf where we manage our ships. And back here is the garden. There was another garden section over there, but I stole the dirt for the new place. Speaking of the new place, let us hop over there. Use our fast travel bell. This area here is part of the game. This isn't anything I made.
You're a friend of the brethren. We share the same cause.
My new base is back here. You can see part of it over there. There's still a lot of work to do over here. It's mostly just built out. The lighting and furniture and decorations aren't in yet. That's her new manor house up there from the back. Some of these ramps and stuff are temporary, so I could get up into these spots to reach areas that I needed to build. I'm going to redo all these steps back here. I don't really like how that turned out. But this is our walkway here through the area. Let's go over here. This is the dock area. That's going to be the new garden area. I might make it bigger. I think it's a little bit small, but we'll see. I haven't decided yet. This is the inn. All these lights that you see standing around are temporary, so I could see what the heck I was doing when it was nighttime. Started to make a little bar back here. And then, of course, tables and chairs will go over here, and then up here is the inn rooms. There's the wharf for this area. That's my ship, the Dread Pirate ship from Princess Bride. Dread Pirate Roberts, Dread Pirate ship. Small sort of lighthouse I made. I needed another bonfire because I can only do decorations within this circle. And the original bonfire ends over here. So I needed a new one so I could put a few decorations on the docks here. And plus there's a lot more that's gonna go back here. I intend to build something like this around the docks because this is a pirate fortress, you know, and I didn't want the docks to be, you know, completely unprotected. So that's still very much work in progress. A lot to do there. Let's go back over here. And finally, the fortress itself. There's still fine details to do, the lighting and decorations, like I was saying. Some of those rocks there appear gray, but they're not really. It's just the trick of the lighting. You can see the cannons up there. Never mind that test thing. So the original, those boxes are temporary because I needed them to store the materials for building. You use all these raw materials to construct all these individual walls and whatnot. So these are like the pieces that I have to work with. As you see here, various stuff that I can use. All the different building blocks, like each one of these blocks over there, these are all individual blocks that I placed, and individual floor pieces. You have to place each one, and all the individual walls. Oh, that's a small wall. Like that's the bigger size wall, but yeah, each thing had to be put out separately. Luckily, you can kind of like drag stuff, kind of like we take this for example and put it there. Whoops. Okay. If we drag, it'll go. Whoops. And try not to fall off what you're building. That's why there's all these temporary stairs. There were a ton of temporary stairs out here going all over the place so I could get up there and work on stuff. And then just go ahead and get rid of that. Here is our original bonfire. We can build within its... Well, you can build outside of the radius of the bonfire, walls and whatnot. What you can't do outside the boundaries of the circle is place decorations. Which decorations we have, you know, all these trophies, all these different places to sit, shelves, tables, wardrobes, canopies, lights, chandeliers, dishes, utensils, supplies, food displays, shell decorations, books, pier decorations, miscellaneous, military, all kinds of flags, ships in a bottle, fireplace stuff, paintings, these different garden and fountain things, various curtains, and some carpets. And this is very early and early access for this game, so there's still a lot of development they're doing. So I expect that we'll get a lot more pieces. I started to do something out here. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but it's, you know, work in progress, like I said. I don't know what I'm going to put all in here. Out here, there's going to be more buildings, the shops and other stuff. So still a lot of work to do. And then up the staircase here, which took me forever to figure out how I wanted to design this staircase. I'm pretty happy with the result. There's another temporary ramp in there. This is her manor house. I was originally planning on it to be a lot bigger, but I ran out of room with the campfire radius to do the decorations. You can see the circle ends right down there. There's another bonfire out there. I was going to see if I could extend stuff by using another bonfire, but they don't overlap enough. So I just had to kind of squish her manor house into here. The original vision was to come into these doors and there'd be this grand hall down here with you know, sweeping staircases curving up to the top and stuff like that, but didn't quite work out that way, so I had to make do with what we have. Up here, I might reverse the staircase so it comes out over there instead of over here, but here we have, you know, view from this balcony. Again, that's a temporary staircase, so I could work on the ceiling and all that. And over here is her, gonna be her master bedroom. I was playing around with the idea of putting rafters up there, but I haven't done that yet. And then going back down here, that's another temporary staircase to work on the roof. This is barracks. There's going to be beds and little storage lockers and whatnot for the soldiers, you know, imaginary soldiers, because they won't actually be any. But they would be the ones to man the cannons there. And then over here, there's the other cannon embankment and another cannon embankment right there. And then this is another barracks and storage area for the soldiers. So that's it in a nutshell. Pretty happy with the way that it's starting out. And that is where we'll go ahead and end this thing.